What's goody, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy WhosManz. You already know what time it is. Getting into another video. This is going to be part of the back to the basics. Y'all see about down below that we got cover 6. I'm going to do cover 6 and cover 9 in this as well. Anyway, before we get into all that, let's go ahead, hit the subscribe button if you're new, hit the bell so you never miss an upload, because like I said, I'm going to be uploading a lot. I haven't uploaded pretty much at all last week just because, hey, anyway, let's move on. If y'all see me looking over here, I got football games on. It's Sunday right now. And yeah, let's move into it.
I ain't hold up, I'm breaking ankles like some old tops. My rhyme steady going, please don't ask me if the flow stop. Deep in the pocket like the roof on a drop top. 101 Dalmatians, the way your boy drop dots. Man, hold up, I got you diving when I'm juking. The clip so sick like the smell from when you're pooping. I ain't get down and click the sub button and hit the bell, cause I got a lot more of it. Yeah, WhosManz? Terrence House head, WhosManz? Batman, Bruce Wayne.
Hopefully y'all had a good Turkey Day, Thursday, whatever y'all call it, and y'all got what y'all needed to get on Black Friday. I am thankful that y'all comment and subscribed and all that good stuff, watch my videos, because I don't have a big following, but it is dope to see that the thing that I really like, which is football, y'all can enjoy it with me. So yeah, we pushing on to 500, but honestly right now, man, I'm just having fun with it. It's just fun. Y'all see below, we got cover 6 on this. I pulled it up. I didn't realize that the tailback is on the left side and it's opposite of the quarters, which means in Madden this would technically be cover 9. So try to imagine that the tailback is on the field side and not the boundary. So cover 6 comes out on the strength of the formation. So if this was cover 6 in Madden, the quarter side, which is, you see those 2/4 or the 1/4 the quarters, they would actually come out on the side with the tailback and the H, and the deep half and cover 2 side would be on the weakness of the formation. This is a pretty nice formation, or a pretty nice play. There is matching principles in this, and I think it does a really good job of disguising coverages, and it's not a symmetrical coverage. So if your opponent is making the read to the strong side, or they're making the read to the weak side, they're going to see the quarters and then look backside and kind of assume something and see something completely different. So that's what that is. It's really nice. I've actually got quite a few interceptions just from running this base, and it's quite nice, especially if you notice that your opponent likes to come out maybe doing a lot of crossing routes in 3x1, or they like to do a smash or a flood on the strong side of the formation, and then a bunch of low, underneath routes on the weak side, something like that. This is just great for something like that. And I'm gonna get into the actual play of it. I'll show you guys that here right now. So first off, we are in the Las Vegas Raiders playbook. I feel like Las Vegas, KC, 4-3, 4-6, the Colts. I want to say there was one more playbook that has big nickel over G. I like big nickel over G mainly because it has all of the base coverages minus cover 2 sync. So that's nice. And even if you don't run match, there's still a lot of different styles of defense that you can run out of the big nickel over G. This is kind of like the 4-2-5 that TCU ran, also the defense that Jim Knowles ran at Oklahoma State, and then currently at OSU. But I'm gonna get out of it. I'm gonna stop talking about all that. But anyway, let me get into basically all of the cover 6 and cover 9 variations. So first off, as you see here, it is a little different than, I'm gonna switch over to show you guys the difference. So you see here the quarters coverage side of the play is to the strength. That's the strength of the formation is the side with the running back. There's 3 eligible receivers there. And then the weakness, you have your cover 2 side, whereas here you see the quarters coverage is opposite of the running back, so it's to the weak side, so that would be cover 9. So with cover 9, you see now the quarters is to the weak side of the formation, whereas the cover 2 side is to the strength. Now with this, it is nice because the disguise. So when you're coming out, right, you look at this. I'm doing this so that it's easier to see what's going on. But when you're doing this, right, you're looking, okay, this either is cover 2 or cover 4. I don't know. You're looking, you have 2 high, middle of field open. You have both your corners sitting there. You have 2 defenders lined up over the slot and the Y. And then you have somebody in the box. It's a 5-man box. So obviously you would think, okay, this is some kind of cover 2 man, cover 4, cover 2 zone, something like that. What's nice about this is, like I said, you have quarters coverage on the strength. So if they really love running floods to the strength of the formation, you know you have something to defend it, because you know you have somebody who can go to the flat, you have somebody who is going to take the vertical, and you also have somebody who's going to take that deep out. And as far as on the backside, what's nice is if they like to run a lot of really shallow routes, which is one of the main weaknesses of cover 4, you know, on the backside of that, they have a cover 2, which does really great against underneath routes, because you have 3 on that backside. Well, technically you have 2, but you have 3 on the backside. So that is something that you can look forward to. So right here, I always say if you can't cover 4 verts, then it's just going to be difficult. So we're going to run this against cover 4 or 4 verts. You're going to see, like cover 4, you're going to see Witherspoon is responsible for number 1 if he goes vertical. If he does not go vertical, then he will get eyes on number 2. For Fitzpatrick, if number 2 goes vertical, he is responsible for number 2. But if he does not go vertical, then he will look at number 1. And then as far as Edmonds, anyone going to the flat, he is going to take anyone going to the flat. So if number 2 goes to the flat, he's going to take him. If number 3, being the running back, goes straight to the flat, and say 1 and 2 both go vertical, he's going to carry 1, or he's going to carry 2 vertical for a bit, and then break off and take the running back. Now, if the running back decides to go straight to the flat, he is not even going to carry number 2. He's just going to go straight to the flat. The 3-rec hook is a wall defender. So basically, if anything comes across the middle, he is going to wall him off. And by what that means is he's got to kind of stay in front and keep him in this area, basically. He wants the quarterback to throw back into the coverage. So he's going to stay in front and then pass him off to the next zones. If number 3 goes vertical, he will kind of help carry number 3 vertical. In Madden, he doesn't do that very well. So if you are worried about that, if the running back or number 3 goes vertical quite a bit and you don't see him do that, you may have to actually carry him yourself. Now we're looking at this vert hook player. He's going to get his hands on the number 2 on this side and carry him vertical 10 to 12 yards. And then once he gets that, then he'll, kind of look to somebody either coming across the middle to the flat area, or if the running back decides to come out and run to the flats this area, he'll cover him that way. This is going to be somebody that you believe to be more athletic. So if you're running this, I would actually switch KZ here. I'd put Minkah Fitzpatrick here. Madden doesn't do a great job of taking in account that your free safety and strong safety are going to be more so based off of the alignment of the offense. For instance, Fitzpatrick in this situation would be the strong safety, since he is on the strong side of the field. Some defenses call this the free safety. Some of it call it the weak side safety. Your free safety or weak side safety is going to be on the weak side of the formation. In cover 6, if you're running cover 6, you want your more athletic coverage safety in this deep zone, this deep half spot, mainly because he has way more area to carry. So that is, part of the reason why you want that. Your number 1, who's in the flats, he's going to put hands on one and get him inside. If he gets him outside, then the deep half has just a lot more trouble getting over there. So you want to funnel this wide receiver inside, and he will sink down to any flat routes. So he has to have his eyes in the backfield. Now, if nothing comes to the flats, he will continue to carry him vertical. So if we run 4 verts, you're going to see Sutton carry this wide receiver vertical, basically all the way there. It's not that he is pattern matching. He's going to stick with the number 1 until someone else enters the flat. So for instance, if this is 4 verts and Najee Harris decides to run an in route towards that flat, by the time he enters into that kind of area, then he would come down and try to take Najee. So like I explained before, number 1 corner, he's going to look at the number 1. If he goes vertical, he's going to pattern match him, take him vertical. Same with the safety, the strong safety here. If number 2 goes vertical, he's going to pattern match, go vertical. When you look at the flat defender, he's going to carry 2. Same with this quarter flat. He's going to carry 2 into the strong safety and then come down on any flat route. I didn't mention actually what happens if no one comes over the middle, but he is a wall defender, so he has to stay on the inside of Najee. Now when he goes to the flat, he will sink and help to the flats. So now you have the vert hook defender. He is going to carry number 2 vertical, and then we're looking at the cover 2 side. He is supposed to carry number 1, funnel him inside, and then, kind of carry him deep. But he also has to keep his eyes in the backfield to make sure no one gets to the flats. And then you see here, your cover 2, it's kind of like on the numbers. And the reason you keep them inside is now it's easier to react to either one of these 2, knowing that you have help on the inside. So now we are going to show this in a 3x1 set, because there are some pretty interesting principles in this that I've noticed, and I'm just gonna let it play through and kind of show you guys. As you see, number 1 takes number 1 vertical. This quarter flat will take 2 vertical. You see, he doesn't commit to it right away, but he will take him vertical if he goes vertical, which now means the inside quarter will take number 3 vertical if he goes vertical. If number 3 does not go vertical and he goes shallow and number 2 goes vertical, he will then look to number 2. And then if number 2 and 3 do not go vertical and number 1 does, then he will kind of bracket on that. In some cases, I've seen him just kind of sit here in space. So now there's another form of this, which is invert. And what invert is, basically on the cover 2 side, you are inverting who is playing the flat and who's in the deep half. So beforehand, the safety was playing the deep zone and the corner was playing the flat. But here, your safety is actually playing the flat route and the corner is playing the deep half. I usually like to run this against these 3x1 reduced sets. Or another thing that you can do is play this against people who really love to run the ball. Reason being is you can move him just inside here. I like to move him right over the tackle. And you do have KZ a lot closer to the line of scrimmage, and your cornerback is also a lot closer to the line of scrimmage here too. So running the ball becomes just a little bit harder. You have more bodies in the middle there. I like this in these reduced sets like this too, because when the running back decides to go out to the flats, KZ, since you can bring him down closer to the line of scrimmage, you can get him closer to the line, so he'll react a little bit better to the running back. I'm gonna let this play out for you guys, and then I'll do the film review after. One thing that's nice about this invert as well is it gives a cover 3 look, since you do have 3 deep safeties anyway. You have your deep half, and then you have your inside quarter, and then you have your outside quarter. The rest are underneath. You're gonna see number 1 takes number 1 if he goes vertical. Your quarter flat will take number 2 if number 2 goes vertical. And your strong safety is going to take number 3 if 3 goes vertical. Same principles. Inside works the same, where this vert hook, he's going to try to carry number 1 here or number 3 vertical. But since 1 is the immediate threat, he's going to try to carry him vertical. He doesn't go vertical. And now he's just going to back up and keep eyes in the backfield just to make sure that that quarterback doesn't get, too free. This 3-rec hook here is the wall defender, so he's going to stay in front of that drag. And this is why I say that I like invert on these reduced sets, especially if you have somebody going to the flats from the backfield. So you see here, he's closer to the line of scrimmage, which means he will react to Najee Harris a little bit better. Right there, could have made the pick. Another great thing about having the cornerback on a deep half is because he is so far outside of everything, if they do decide to run a corner route or something like that, he is going to be there to react a little bit better. And also with these deep crossers, he's going to react a little bit better to those. So next, I'm going to go over cover 9, which is the quarters coverage is onto the weak side of the offense, and the cover 2 is to the strong side. This is a little bit better in those crossing route situations where you have a lot of routes coming from the strong side to the weak side. And you're going to see why here in a second, and I'll show you. So if number 1 decides to go shallow, he is going to be responsible for number 1 going shallow. That is a cut check. And I actually told you guys about this before in the 3x1 portion of cover 4 quarters. So he's going to be looking at this tight end. If he goes shallow, he's going to take it and play kind of like a robber situation on this backside. The vert hook, he's going to carry number 2 to the deep half, and then number 1 on the cover 2 side, he will put hands on 1, push him inside, stay over top, and react to things coming into the flat. The reason why he even reacted to this in route is because the quarterback threw the ball, so now he is coming across the middle right here. A couple of things that you can do to maybe lessen the deep digs from happening on those backsides. If they don't just run 4 verts or anything like that, you either use Edmonds or you can use Miles Jack and just kind of carry them and not carry them as hard, since you know that they're going to be there. And you're just going to have to be really diligent in understanding that, like, hey, this looks like, there could be something coming from the back end there. You see that your free safety is in that cut check. He's coming down to take the tight end. You see that your cornerback there is going to be then looking at the number 3 on the other side. So when you are the vert hook, you have to carry the number 3 just deep enough to where if they do try to make that throw, that's going to be a dangerous throw and they're not going to be able to fit that one in. And then now you also have to come back and try your hardest to cover the other stuff. So it is very possible. It can throw your opponent off a lot. And you do know that you have help over top with this deep half. So if Edmonds does get beat, he has help over top. Cover 9 is, I think, in my opinion, one of the better crossing route defenses in a 3x1 set, even if the number 1 is, for instance, in 3x1 sets where the solo is out wide in cover 9. We understand that now if this is quarters, this number 1 corner is going to take the solo receiver man everywhere he goes. So he is going to basically, if he goes vertical, he's going vertical. If he does an out, he's going out. If he does a drag like he's doing, he will take him man on man, which leaves this safety here who is in quarters. He will look to 3 if 3 goes vertical. If he does not go vertical, he is here to just help. This quarter flat is going to take whoever goes to the flat. So that would be the running back. He's looking at him. He goes vertical as well, so he's going to just take him wherever he goes, which means this vert hook, he's going to carry 3 if 3 goes vertical. If not, he's the wall defender. Boom. Carry, he's just a wall defender. You have a guy coming over the middle like that. He's just kind of making sure that, hey, nobody has an easy throw over the middle. This vert hook, he's going to carry number 2 if number 2 goes vertical. If not, he's going to help out in the flats. You're going to look here. He's going to look at number 1. If number 1 goes vertical, he's going to put hands on him and keep him inside. But since he's already inside and he knows he has the help over top, he doesn't want to commit too hard to that. The one thing that I would like to see is this defender here is to the flat. I don't want to see him drift too far back because there is a threat into the flat. So I would like him to stay at the most 10 yards, but I would like to see him come down just a little bit. And then, of course, you have your deep half now, who is just keeping everything on this half of the field underneath. He wants to stay over top of everything. So because number 1 got vertical, he got vertical inside. That just works to the strength of this. But like I said, if I was to run this defense, this cover 9, if somebody likes to run a lot of crossers, I'm using this guy because he is kind of free to do what he needs to do on this play in particular. These are all pretty good alternatives in defense to mix things up, especially if you've been running a lot of cover 4 and cover 4 quarters. This is a really good play, I think, to mix things up. It does a great job of stopping flood to the strength, and then also you have something to come out which is basically the opposite, which if they get comfortable with that and they want to start running, if they get comfortable and they want to run a smash concept to the weak side of the formation, then you understand that now you have something better prepared to stop that. These are nice coverages to mix in, and I guarantee you when you mix these in and your opponent doesn't know when you're going to mix them in, you're going to get some turnovers or you're going to get some key stops on defense. I do want to stress that there is not a single defensive play that will stop everything on offense 100% of the time. If you do, you're going to be an NFL coach one day. If you find that play, and people will praise you until the end of time. Life in general is give and take. So if you take something away, you're going to give something up. That's just how it is. But other than that, hopefully this video helped you guys out a bit. Hopefully my rambling wasn't too insane. If you do need help, with the explanations, let me know, and I'll try to answer it in the comment section below. Other than that, like I said before, hey, if you're new, go ahead, subscribe, hit the bell, because I'm coming out with more of these. Next, I'm going to go over cover 4 palms. Palms is pretty nice, I think, and there's some pretty cool things you can do with palms. And then after that, I'm going to go into the cover 3 match. And then once I get done with the cover 3 match, I'm going to go into some little things you can do in each of these formations to make them better. Or make them better in certain situations, I should say. So with that being said, we're done with the video. Remember, GITG, give it to God. When times is tough, just give it to him. He's there for you every single time. You already know that, man. That's what we all about here. And I'm not going to be here to talk crap and all that other stuff, and I'm not putting nobody down on this channel. You come to this channel and you say you're not that good, hey, we're going to try to help you. I want that to be the community here. We ain't putting nobody down. We here to help everybody. So I don't care if you don't know nothing about football, if you know a lot about football, if you know more than me about I don't care. We're going to be here to help everybody else, and we're going to keep it moving. I'll see y'all next time.